Hello, story lovers, and welcome back to our channel, where ancient tales come to life. Today, we read journeying to a sun-drenched African village to uncover a story as old as the winding roads and flowing rivers. It's a tale about kindness, betrayal, and the hard-earned wisdom that walks hand in hand with a good heart. So, get comfortable, and let us dive into the African folktale of the snake and the farmer's kindness. Long, long ago, in a peaceful village nestled between tall palm trees and fields of golden grain, there lived a farmer named Mako. Mako wasn't just known for his bountiful harvests. He was famous for his boundless compassion. His heart was so big that it had room for everyone and everything: his neighbors, the animals in the fields, and even the tiny insects that crawled across the rich, dark earth of his farm. To Mako, every life was precious and deserving of care. One warm, sunny afternoon, as Mako was making his way home, his path cutting through the tall, whispering grass, he heard a faint, desperate sound. It was a soft cry, a plea for help carried on the gentle breeze. He paused, listening intently. The sound came again, closer this time. Mako parted the grass, and his eyes fell upon a startling sight. There, pinned beneath a heavy fallen branch, was a long, green snake. Its scales shimmered in the sunlight like the surface of the river after a fresh rain, but its beautiful appearance was marred by the pain clouding its eyes. The snake saw Mako and summoned what little strength it had left. "Please, good man," it hissed, its voice weak and raspy, "help me. Free me from this branch. I swear I will never forget your kindness." Mako hesitated for a moment. He was a kind man, but he was not foolish. He knew the stories passed down by the village elders, the warnings about the dangers of snakes. A shiver of caution ran down his spine. But as he looked at the trapped creature, its body trembling with effort, his soft heart won over his fear. "A life is still a life," he murmured to himself, his decision made. He couldn't simply walk away and leave it to its fate. With great care, Mako knelt down. He braced his hands against the rough bark of the branch and, with a mighty heave, lifted it just enough for the snake to escape. The snake slithered out, tasting its newfound freedom. Mako smiled, feeling the quiet satisfaction of his good deed. But his smile vanished in an instant. The snake didn't flee into the grass as he expected. Instead, it coiled back upon itself, its body tensing like a drawn bow. It raised its head high, its once pained eyes now cold and calculating. "Now that I am free," it hissed, its voice no longer weak but filled with a chilling menace, "I must eat. And you, farmer, are the closest meal." Mako stumbled backward, his mind reeling with shock and disbelief. But but I just saved your life," he cried out, his voice trembling. "How can you repay my kindness with such cruelty?" The snake simply flicked its forked tongue, a gesture of pure indifference. "The world is not a fair place, farmer," it replied coolly. "Your kindness does not guarantee your safety." That is the way of things. Mako's heart pounded in his chest. Was this how his compassion was to be rewarded? With a swift, venomous end. Just as the snake prepared to strike, a slow, gravelly voice interrupted the tense standoff. "Wait." The voice came from a nearby rock, where a wise old tortoise, who had been quietly observing the entire scene, now sat. "Before any harm is done, let us seek another opinion. Let us ask the road what it thinks of this matter." The snake, confident in its own logic, agreed. So the farmer and the snake went to the dusty, well-trodden road. The farmer pleaded his case, explaining how he had saved the snake only to be threatened. The road seemed to sigh, a puff of dust rising from its surface. "I see people every single day," the road began, its voice weary. "They walk on me. Their carts carve ruts into my back, and they never once stop to thank me for the path I provide. Kindness means nothing to the selfish." The snake may have a point. The farmer's heart sank a little deeper. He had hoped the road would see the injustice, but its words only seemed to support the snake's cruel worldview. The tortoise, unperturbed, suggested another witness. "Let us go to the river," he said. So they made their way to the banks of the gurgling river. Again, the farmer told his story. The river listened, its waters swirling sadly. "People come to me for life," the river murmured. "They take my water to drink and to grow their crops. They wash their clothes in my currents. But then they throw their waste into me, polluting the very source of their survival. No one remembers my help or shows me gratitude." With each testimony, the farmer felt his hope draining away. The world he believed in, a world where kindness was met with kindness, seemed to be crumbling around him. It appeared that the snake was right. Good deeds truly had no guaranteed reward in this harsh world. His shoulders slumped in defeat. Just as he was about to accept his grim fate, another creature appeared. It was an old, clever hare, his long ears twitching as he took in the scene. He had overheard their debate and hopped closer, a curious glint in his eye. After listening to the whole story from beginning to end, the hare let out a short, sharp laugh. He looked at the snake, which was preening with pride, confident in its victory. "So, let me get this straight," the hare said, stroking his whiskers thoughtfully. "The farmer found you trapped under this heavy branch." "Yes," the snake hissed proudly, "and he lifted it to set you free." The hare continued. "Exactly," said the snake. The hare paused, then said, "I'm having a little trouble picturing it. It seems impossible that such a small man could lift such a heavy branch. Why don't you show me?" "Show me exactly how you were trapped, and how he saved you." The snake, blinded by its own arrogance and eager to prove its point one last time, saw no harm in the request. Gladly, it hissed and slithered back into the exact spot where Mako had found it, sliding its body underneath the heavy branch once more. The moment the snake was back in position, the hare acted. Quick as a lightning flash, he darted forward and rolled a large, heavy stone right onto the end of the branch, pinning it firmly to the ground. The snake was trapped again, more securely this time than before. It thrashed and hissed, but it was no use. The hare turned to the stunned farmer. "Some creatures," he said wisely, "are incapable of learning gratitude. Your kindness was a good and noble thing, farmer, but it is not enough on its own. Wisdom must always walk beside it." Mako stood in silence for a long moment, the hare's words echoing in his mind. He looked at the trapped snake, at the wise hare, and understood. He thanked the hare profusely, his heart filled not with bitterness, but with a profound new understanding. He walked home that day a much wiser man. From that day forward, Mako never stopped being kind. He continued to help others, both people and animals. But he did so with his eyes wide open, his kindness now guided by the steady hand of wisdom. The moral of this timeless story is a powerful one. Kindness is a beautiful gift, but even the most precious gifts must be given with wisdom. It teaches us to be compassionate, but also to be discerning, to protect our own hearts while still trying to make the world a better place. Thank you so much for joining us on this journey today. If this story resonated with you, please give this video a thumbs up and share it with someone who appreciates a good tale. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss our next adventure into the world of folklore. Until next time, stay wise and stay kind.